1 year and 30 episodes later, Kipo comes to an end with its third and final season. Season 1 was wonderful. It had great animation, characters, and music. Season 2 was a great way to set up Scarlet Main's heel turn and finalizing Kipo's growth as a Mega Jaguar, along with handling some of her family shenanigans. The animation took a little bit of a hit, but it was a perfectly good bridge into Season 3. So, how does Season 3 shape up? Well, what's up guys, gals, non-binary pals? My name is Cody Hansel, and I recently caught Purple Jaguar Eye. Just a heads up, I'm going to keep this pretty spoiler light, a few here and there, since the video is coming out so close to the release of the season. Y'all, I gotta give it to you straight. Kipo Season 3 is only okay. Like, it's totally fine, which once you compare it to Season 1 and even Season 2, it's pretty disappointing. But let's be fair. Before I talk about all of my complaints about this season, we'll talk about what I liked. First and foremost, representation is still handled well, primarily in the form of Benson and Troy. Benson and Troy's relationship. Even Asher, a character who is revealed to be non-binary, gets a few lines here and there. Yeah, a little bit of a step up from just being a background character in Season 2. Following that, the show still maintains its stance on race relations. It keeps it the motivation for the villain, but translate to the human hating the mutes perspective instead of the mutes hating humans. It's a flip-flop, but it works. This seemingly is Science Karen's primary motivation for trying to cure the mutation, or is it? Unfortunately, this is where my positive vibes for the season ends, because it's rough. Let's talk about the thing that is basically impossible to define by every single media YouTuber ever: pacing. My statements in Season 2 about the pacing was that it was slow, but it was for the sake of tying up one villain to establish another one. In Season 3, we don't really have that excuse. We have our new villain. Amelia is already the bad guy. We know that. This season should have been dedicated to showing us her hangups with the mutes. Not the catch-all, mutes took over the surface from humans, so now I gotta take it back. No, her reason as a villain, why she is so megalomaniacal, megalovania. Her reason as the villain, why she's so megalomaniacal about taking care of all the mutes and ending this. The thing is, we get that, but the reason comes way too late. Her reason for being so gung-ho on mute extermination comes up in the second to last episode and then isn't built on at all. It's like 2 whole flashbacks, takes maybe 5 minutes, and that's it. If they would have established this earlier in the season and showed us more of that history, then I could see it making some sense. But no. It just gets slapped in there, and we get the crazy scientist last resort cliche. A little bit of spoiler, I love daddy issues. They're my favorite thing to explore in media, but they've got to be done well, and this one isn't. Moving on, so many of these episodes just feel like nothing. Characters change sides and make comebacks the entire season, and they mean nothing. More spoilers, Song comes back, we see that in the trailer, and says she can make a cure for the mute cure, but no, I guess we're never going to cover that. I guess we're never going to come back to that. Scarlet Main is good now and was scary enough to control all the mutes and humans by himself. Well, guess he's not very threatening anymore. Dave can stay Super Dave for extended periods of time. That happens literally once all season. I think the worst one is Stalky gets broken in Season 2, and she just gets a better Stalky that she can use as a grappling hook. I'm talking about Wolf. Why? What changed? What really changed between Season 2 and Season 3 besides now the mutes and the humans are talking to each other sometimes if Kipo's around? They ignore so many elements that could and should have made larger waves in the story really early on in the story of Season 3. Things that could have changed the entire way the season traveled and could have introduced far more complex and far more interesting problems, and they just don't do it. And don't even get me started on the Destiny Cheese episode this season. Why was the Destiny Cheese episode in Season 2 so good? Because it set up for Season 2's finale to just be a plot twist. You'd be like, oh yeah, we did get there. Wow, it just wasn't as terrible as we thought it was going to be. Woo, we still got the solution. In this one, it's just, you should have listened to the cheese. I did not like the Destiny Cheese episode. Surprise on that one. I guess, I don't know. Do y'all know me well enough to know if I like a Destiny Cheese episode? I like the Destiny Cheese episode in season 2, just not in season 3. I don't know. I'm a wild card, man. You flip me whatever way, I do what I want. And what I want to do is complain about cartoons today. I don't want to complain about cartoons. I love cartoons. I want to talk about how good they are. Season 3 just isn't. Okay. Give me a second to calm down. Is season 3 bad? No. It's just fine. I don't really want to dig into how the animation got an even bigger downgrade between seasons 2 and 3. I mean, with the exception of like 2 or 3 scenes that had decent animation, I'll just show you this one screenshot of a blatantly awful animation error and just ask why. The thing is, the story still gets wrapped up, and I honestly like where all the characters end up. I like how the story ends. It's just rough to see so much of the journey being handled so poorly after I stayed so optimistic after season 2. It made so much sense that season 2 would take a hit, especially considering that I predicted correctly that season 3 would be the final season. You know, season 2 takes a bit of a dip, so season 3 can really take off. I guess my biggest issue is that in the first 2 seasons, all the characters grow and develop and change, even some of the minor ones. And that leads into the feeling of Kipo having a real effect on the world around her. In season 3, 2 characters have extremely predictable change of hearts, and the status quo just keeps on moving on in the predictable arc Kipo set it on. Very minor issues are resolved in the same episodes they're established. Man, look, watch Kipo season 3 for the sake of finishing it. It is worth doing that. I don't think it's bad. It's just a bit of a letdown. It's a completely average season. And I don't think Kipo deserved an average season, especially not after the first one. It deserves so much better. But with that being said, everyone, thank you for watching. I usually try to stay pretty optimistic, but this one was kind of tough. Good news though, I've got a lot of shows to talk about coming up, and I'm going to be positive for those. So be sure to subscribe, like, tell me what you thought about season 3 in the comments. And if you want to talk to me about cartoons in real time, I stream over on Twitch, and I have a Discord for the community. Links to all that down below in the description. Thank you again for watching. Peace.